The movie begins right after a ghastly accident, where an injured couple are weeping over the unfortunate turn of events as their car is overturned on the road. Nearby, a lady named Andrea, who has survived the accident, is rendered immobile due to shock. Soon, two paramedics named Angel and Ricardo arrive on the scene. They drag out Andrea's friend, who is now paralyzed, and stabilize her until reinforcements arrive. Before he leaves, Angel picks up an eyeglass from Andrea's friend's bashed car. Later, Angel makes love with his girlfriend Vanessa. Soon, she heads out for her night shift as a call rep. When Vanessa steps out, Angel brings out the eyeglasses he took from the accident scene and adds them to his collection. Totally normal. During night shift duty, Angel listens to Ricardo talk about some food-making process he doesn't care about while he watches a video about how women get pregnant. Soon, they get a message from the radio about an incident regarding an old woman. At the old woman's house, Ricardo confirms that she's dead, and Angel uses the opportunity to smuggle some of the dead woman's jewelry. That night, Angel goes to sell most of the jewelry to a man named Furman and lies that his grandma gave it to him. But he keeps the ring he found. He gets home and makes out with Vanessa. She receives a message on her phone and doesn't reply. But he gets suspicious and asks her why she didn't reply. Vanessa tells him that her period came again, and she's starting to think she's not the problem. He retorts that maybe she isn't pregnant because she doesn't want to be, and angrily proceeds to leave. Angel apologizes by saying that he had a terrible day and promises to go do the fertility test before she leaves. The next day, Angel goes to do the test and the doctor tells him he has a condition that gives him a low sperm count, and he seems surprised. That night, he suggests to Vanessa that they should take a weekend off together to try to make a baby more often, but she says she can't, due to her upcoming exams. Vanessa goes to have her bath. Soon, a message notification rings on her phone, and Angel goes to check it. He finds a message from a man named Roberto. Later, Angel goes to buy some illegal narcotics from a guy named Anders. Shortly after, he and Ricardo go pick up a man who was involved in an accident. On their way to the hospital, the man starts to have a convulsion. Ricardo gets distracted by the situation until a truck rams into the ambulance, knocking it on its side. At night, Angel is seen in a wheelchair after he's paralyzed. Vanessa proceeds to leave to go study for her exams. Before Vanessa leaves, she receives a call from Roberto. When Angel learns that the call was from Roberto, he asks her if she got dressed so beautifully for him, but she tells him he's just her classmate. The next day, on his way to physical therapy, Angel watches a video about how he can hack into his partner's phone to learn if she's cheating. On the bus ride back, Angel and Vanessa sit in silence. When they get home, Ricardo comes to visit him. Ricardo tells him he has to be strong during times like this, but Angel asks him what he was thinking when he was driving when his job was simple. Ricardo decides to leave. At night, Angel asks Vanessa why she doesn't study for her exams at home, but she tells him that they are doing a group project. When she leaves the room, he quickly installs the hacker app on her phone. After she leaves, he goes to his laptop to monitor her movements. That night, his neighbor's dog keeps disturbing him by barking. The next morning, he complains to his neighbor Vincenti about the barking. Vincenti tells him that he usually visits his wife at the hospital, and the dog barks when he's alone. At physical therapy, Angel tells Sandra to give him the chair so he can rest, but she refuses and tells him he has to finish his therapy. When Sandra helps him to his chair, he flirtatiously tells her she smells good. That night, Angel tells Vanessa that Sandra thinks he's making good progress. When he notices her silence, he asks her what's wrong and she tells him she got a placement somewhere else, and she may have to stop working to do it. He asks her what they'll be living on since he's currently disabled. They both get into an argument, and Vanessa leaves. That evening, Angel monitors Vanessa at her call center job through her phone. He listens to the customer try to engage her in a personal conversation in a flirtatious manner, but Vanessa stops the customer. At night, Angel wakes up with severe pain in his foot. He takes several painkillers and tries to call Vanessa but can't reach her. The next morning, Angel confronts Vanessa about not picking up his call, but she tells him her phone ran out of battery. He tells her she left him with no painkillers, but she insists that she did. When she can't find some in the cupboard, she apologizes and proceeds to go get more, after he speaks harshly to her. Later, Angel fills a piece of meat with several pins. He heads to the park and gives the meat to Vincent's dog. That night, Angel spies on Vanessa having a call with her sister. On the call, Vanessa complains about all she is going through with Angel, and her sister tells her that Angel is using her and she has to leave him. When Vanessa gets home, she finds out that Angel has prepared a romantic dinner for them. While they eat, Angel tells her that today is a fresh start and that he'll fight to get better and make her happy. He tells her they'll refurbish a room in the house so she can study and work at the new job she wants. He also tells her he made an appointment at the fertility office and they are going to have their baby. That night, they make love, but Angel says he can't feel anything. While Angel goes to have his bath, Vanessa notices a sound from Angel's laptop whenever she receives a message. She heads to the laptop and finds the hacker app. While he is in the bathroom, she hurriedly packs her clothes and leaves. When Angel notices she has gone, he heads to his laptop and finds it open. Months later, Angel moves around in his wheelchair and goes to get something at the store. One of the workers at the store recognizes him from elementary school, but Angel ignores him and leaves. On New Year's Eve, Angel returns to physical therapy after a long time. Days later, Angel goes to spy on Vanessa. He watches her until Ricardo arrives and kisses her. He follows them to a store, where he watches them buy stuff for a new baby. Angel goes to Anders to purchase some morphine. Soon after, he follows Vanessa and tries to talk to her. She tells him not to follow her around, but he tells her he just came to say goodbye. He tells her he can't carry on due to his pain, and she won't see him again. Feeling some guilt and pity, Vanessa offers to walk him home. When they get to his door, he tells her he put her things in a box along with her passport, and she can come in and pick it up if she wants. When she comes in, he offers her some tea, but she rejects it. When she asks for her stuff, he tells her to head into one of the rooms. He follows her into the room and stabs her with a shot of morphine. The following day, she wakes up tied to the bed and tries to scream. Angel turns on some loud music and leaves the room. He picks up her phone and finds some messages from Ricardo. He replies to the message and impersonates Vanessa by saying he needs to stay away from her before he tosses the phone into a river. When he gets home, he tells Vanessa that he's glad she's back home. When she starts to scream again, he pumps her full of morphine. Hours later, after he undresses Vanessa and sleeps on the same bed as her, he hears a knock on the door from Vincenti. Vincenti comes to complain about the noise from the music and tells him his wife has also passed away. Vincenti tells him he heard some screaming in the house, and Angel lies that he's with an escort. During physical therapy, Angel tells Sandra that he's working on having a baby with his girlfriend. When Sandra tells him she's still single, he urges her to start working on having a baby since she's not so young. In front of his house, Ricardo approaches Angel to tell him he's looking for Vanessa, but he tells him he hasn't seen her in months. When he gets home, he unties Vanessa so she can shower, but injects both her legs so she can't escape. That night, Angel receives several voicemails from Ricardo, who complains that he hasn't been picking up his calls and says he's going to call the police since he hasn't found Vanessa. During dinner, Angel tells Vanessa that he's trying his best to forgive her. Vanessa breaks the wine bottle on his head and tries to escape to find help, but he injects her with a shot of morphine. Vincenti comes to his door and threatens to call the police because he's certain he heard Vanessa's voice. Angel tells him to come in to check for himself and stabs him in the back when he comes in. Angel calls his good friend Fermin, who soon comes over to his house. Fermin is surprised when he gauges the situation, but Angel hands him some money to help him clean up the mess. Sometime later, Angel gets a knock on the door, which turns out to be the police. He finds two officers at the door, named Rocco and Sanchez. They ask him about Vanessa and Ricardo, but he says he doesn't talk to them anymore. In a flashback, Ricardo tells the police that he hasn't seen Vanessa in a while, and he's sure that she can't leave suddenly because they are expecting a baby. Meanwhile, Angel finds Ricardo's spare key in Vanessa's bag and prepares to go to his house. In the present day, Angel tells the police that he hasn't seen Ricardo in months. In another flashback, Angel ambushes Ricardo in his restroom and injects him with a shot of morphine. When Ricardo passes out, Angel gives him an overdose of medications and tells him he'll take care of Vanessa and the baby. In the present day, Angel tells the police that Vanessa came by a week ago to say goodbye after telling him she was going to France. After the police leave, Angel gets a crib for the baby. Vanessa tells him he'll kill her and the baby if he keeps them here, but he gives her a pill for her health. Later, when it's time for lunch, Vanessa comes to the table in her own wheelchair. He shows her a baby walker he got for her and proposes to her. She just stares at him blankly, and he tells her they'll get married when he trusts her. When he helps her to the bathroom, she pleads with him to lock the door behind her. When he's out, she picks up a sharp metallic object and hides it under her cloth. At night, Angel notices that Vanessa is burning up. She tells him that they are going to lose the baby, but he tells her he'll go get some drugs from the pharmacy, and he covers her mouth with a gag. When he steps out, she retrieves the metallic object and cuts herself free. She finds a screwdriver nearby and uses it to pry the lock open. When she finally gets out of the apartment, she runs into Angel, who is about to get out of the elevator. Angel spots her and chases her down the stairs. He throws himself on the stairs and falls off his chair. When he grabs hold of her leg, she stabs his hands with her screwdriver and pushes him down the stairs. Months later, Angel, who is now totally paralyzed, sits in a wheelchair. One of the caretakers there brings Vanessa to him. She tells Angel that from now on she'll be the one looking after him, with a smirk on her face. In the movie's final scene, She pushes him through the hallway as he sits there immobile. Wow, what a psychotic man. What did you guys think of this movie?
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.